Well, good morning. This is Joanne in Colorado. Sitting out here enjoying my coffee, watching for the hummingbirds. Um, it's been an interesting spring. We have hummingbirds. Um, we don't see them as often yet. Um, I think we've gotten too good at telling the neighbors what kind of flowers they love. Price we pay, I guess, for being generous. But I fully expect that to multiply the amount of hummingbirds we have in our neighborhood. In the next few weeks to the next few months, because the hummingbirds that come here for the summer, they usually show up around July 1st, or the first week of July. And in the last few days, we've had several of them show up. I always love it when the females show up because they will fly up to my face, about a foot in front of my face, and just flutter there and do a happy dance and fly off. And anyways, that was about 4 days ago. So I know I have one of the females here. And what I love about them is the males, if it's rainy and cloudy or whatever, they will come and they'll hang out for a long time. But the females, they're hungry and they're going to eat, and they like flowers. So they come to the flowers and they stay there. My Mexican flag vine is blooming, and the blooms are getting bigger and bigger. And the hummingbirds have been stopping by there first. So I haven't ever, in the last 2 years anyways, I haven't had one of these vines in my yard, but I had to do it again after my experience of just giving them too much nitrogen and having them produce amazing leaves. And then the flowers, when they came out on the other ones, were like 4 times, 5 times as large as these. So maybe giving them all that nitrogen and having them produce all those huge leaves made a bigger plant in the end. But the blooms start out really small here and they just keep getting bigger. So that works for me. That canna lily is literally about up to the eaves already. My son said, wow, is it going to bloom under the eave, or are we going to have to go look for it over the house somewhere? Anyways, I had to trim back the canna lilies. Whenever you get a pot and you do like I did and you put it in the center, something tall, if that tall plant takes over the whole pot, so it doesn't leave enough room for the other plants, like say these are rockin' fuchsia, they only had 3 little stems and they were totally buried in leaves. So I trimmed out enough canna lilies so that my hummingbird flowers, I mean, the canna lilies, they have flowers too, and they definitely go to them. But the majority of the flowers are on the vermilion air and the salvias and the, what am I looking at here? Lantana, other things that are growing at the base of the pots that produce hundreds and hundreds of flowers. And so, trimming out about 15 branches out of there. That's crazy. Anyways, I made some room in the pot for the other flowers to bloom and get some sunlight. This is my black and blue fuchsia, or black and blue salvia. And the hummingbirds, especially the male black-chinned, love the purple, and there was literally no room and no sun. The canna lily had taken over the whole pot and was pretty much out over the plant so that it got no sun. So we fixed that, and hopefully we'll see more flowers on the stems, and these plants really bush out so that we get a lot of flowers for them. Because if we're going to have a yard full of hummingbirds, we definitely need more flowers. Salvias and hummingbird mints and the bee balm. And we have more salvia behind that, but it's all set up for them. It's just a matter of when they're here and getting them in the film or digital as it is. Well, it's been a long time. Used to be a photographer with film. Those were the days. 24 pictures that you could get, and who decides? And then when you're done, you don't know if they were good or if they weren't. And you gotta wait till you go get them developed to find out. Got a couple birds up here. Not sure if they're doing their little happy thing or if it's a chicken she's trying to feed her still. I have chickadees that have been mating in the yard, and I don't know where they're nesting, but they are cute little birds. And it'll be fun to see some more of them around here. So, in several of my videos, I photographed what I thought was a wren. And I just realized recently that I was 100% wrong, and that what I thought were wrens were nuthatches. So if you ever watch any of my other videos about wrens in the bird bath, they're nuthatches in the bird bath. And I should go try to find them and correct that, because it's weird. You look at some bird things that identify things, and not everybody knows what they're talking about. Problem is if you don't know what they are, and you're depending on somebody else to tell you, and you look at a chart and it says that's what they are, you have a tendency to believe it. So at least I do. So I guess I will just have to go and verify with more than one source that my vine doesn't know what to do when it gets to the ceiling up there. I'm trying to string it along this light string here, because if I can get those flowers hanging down all along here, we'll have a whole lot more hummingbirds up close. So anyways, thanks for stopping by, and I know I'm impatient. I usually have a lot more hummingbirds right here in my yard. I know the mountains have a whole lot of flowers on them right now. And sometimes the hummingbirds go up there for just a little bit longer and stay a little longer. And some that would have normally been here a little earlier might hang out up there in the flowers. However, the flowering bushes, the hawthorn berries, that usually get them up there right away, all of those blooms had pretty much disappeared a week ago when we went there. We went to where the bushes are, and we could hear hummingbirds, but we couldn't see any because they were up on the higher hill that we're not supposed to go up on. And they just didn't have any flowers left. So I was really surprised. I think it got really extremely hot right away and the flowers were disappearing, which is good news for us because that just means they'll be down here maybe a little earlier. And I have missed the hummingbirds flying through here in this video, but I will get some pictures of them and go through some of mine that have been letting a camera sit by the bird bath and trying to catch them when they sneak in there for a swim. So till next time, if I get an awesome video today, I will post it right behind this one. So have a great day. Thanks for loving hummingbirds with us, and I'm sure you're enjoying the ones in your yard, and until they all get here, which will keep us busy. Man, it's like an air show. I was telling my husband, he was in the Air Force, and I said we get our own air show every morning. In the afternoon with the hummingbirds, they just chase each other and put on shows, show off for the females and their 30 to 50 foot dives in the air and skyrocketing up in there and zipping by us and chasing each other out of the flowers. Anyways, it's a lot of fun to watch. Really amusing. And so I will be back, but in the meantime I'm going to drink my coffee and watch for the hummers. Have a great day. Bye-bye.